Thank you all for coming here. I'm sorry we started late by 15 minutes. We have been engaging with you on the Rafale scam for the last 3.5 years, 4 years. Rahul Gandhi started attacking this government, exposing this government on Rafale from 2017 onwards. Are you settled down? Should I stop? Okay. From 2017 onwards, Rahul Gandhi has been engaging with the media and exposing this government on the Rafale scam. There are new exposes, new facts that have come to light in the French media. You all know the background of Rafale. Dr. Manmohan Singh's government had issued a global tender to buy 126 fighter jets. L1, the lowest one was Dassault, which manufactures Rafale. The price per aircraft was 526 crore. 18 aircrafts were to be bought in flyaway condition from France, and 108 were to be manufactured by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited here under the transfer of technology clause of that global tender. So, the highlights of Dr. Manmohan Singh's deal: number one, 526 crore per aircraft; number two, transfer of technology; number three, under a global tender, transparent global tender. This government came in 2014, sat on this deal for 1 year. Then the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, travels to Paris along with his friend Anil Ambani and declares there to buy 36 aircrafts. So he brings down the number from 126 to 36. He buys these aircrafts without a tender. And very important, he increases the price from 526 crores to 1670 crores. Removes the transfer of technology. Now HAL is out, Anil Ambani is in. All these facts have been brought to you by us on several occasions, by media, French media, global media, by local media, Indian media also. Now there are new facts that have come to light. On 4th of October, as we all know, in 2018, two former ministers of the BJP, Mr. Arun Shourie and Mr. Yashwant Sinha, had gone to the CBI complaining against Rafale, the deal. On 11th October 2018, the same month, same year, the Attorney General of Mauritius had given some incriminating documents to the CBI, exposing the role of a middleman in the Rafale deal. The middleman's name is Sushen Gupta. This happened on 11th October 2018. These are the new facts that have come to light in the French media. On 23rd October, same month, same year, the Prime Minister, instead of ordering an inquiry based on the complaints by two senior leaders, based on the incriminating documents sent to the CBI by the Attorney General of Mauritius, instead of ordering an inquiry, the Prime Minister, in the midnight coup, removes the then CBI Director Alok Verma and replaces him with his own favorite officer Nageshwar Rao. No inquiry ordered, despite being in possession of these very, very serious complaints, very serious evidence in the hands of the CBI. Yet, we are in 13th November today, 2021, no inquiry ordered in Rafale. On the contrary, the government is covering it up. The second more important expose that came this week, the Enforcement Directorate had raided this middleman in some other matter on 26 March 2019 and recovered some very, very highly confidential documents of the Defence Ministry. Document number one, the benchmark price document dated 10th of August 2015. Whose government? Mr. Modi's government. The benchmark price document is a document detailing the internal correspondence minutes of the meetings of the Indian negotiating team to arrive on a benchmark price for these 36 aircrafts. Now, obviously, the company Dassault should not be in possession of these documents. The middleman hired by Dassault had these documents, and the Enforcement Directorate raided his premises, recovered these documents when? 26 March 2019. The Excel sheet of calculations by the Indian negotiating team, a very, very sensitive, price-sensitive document, recovered from this middleman. Eurofighter is a rival company of Dassault. They wrote a very confidential letter to the then Defense Minister, Mr. Arun Jaitley, offering him a 20% discount and matching the bid price. This letter, again highly sensitive, written to the Defense Minister of India, recovered from the middleman's premises by the Enforcement Directorate on 26 March 2019. We are in 2021, November. No inquiry, no action by ED, no action by CBI, no action by any agency of the Government of India. Another very critical document recovered from the premises of this gentleman called Sushen Gupta is a note dated 24th June 2014, which he sends to his client Dassault, the company which manufactures Rafale, in which he writes very important words. He offers that a meeting can be organized between Dassault and the political high command of India. Now, who was the political high command in June 2014? Mr. Narendra Modi. He was the Prime Minister of India. We don't know whether such meeting took place or not, but circumstantial evidence shows this kind of a meeting definitely took place. I'll tell you why. Why did the CBI not order an inquiry, lodge an FIR against Sushen Gupta despite knowing the incriminating documents sent by the Mauritius Attorney General? Why did the ED, despite recovering all these documents from Sushen Gupta's premises, not order an inquiry? Somebody was stopping the CBI and the ED. In this government, who can stop the CBI and ED? The puppeteer who controls these agencies, Mr. Narendra Modi and his government. Why did the Modi government not take any action against Dassault when they got to know that they have hired a middleman? On the contrary, very shockingly, what the Modi, forget the Modi government, I shouldn't blame the government. What Mr. Modi did was he personally intervened and got the integrity clause removed from this contract. What is the integrity clause? Integrity clause in any defense deal is a clause which bans engagement of a middleman, any whiff of corruption. If found, action is taken against the company which hires the services of such a middleman. The Defense Ministry wanted this clause. Manmohan Singh Ji's deal had this clause. Mr. Modi personally intervened, got this clause removed. That's circumstantial evidence number 3. There is a sovereignty clause. The Defense Ministry of India, the Law Ministry of India wanted the French government to give a sovereignty guarantee. But Mr. Modi again intervenes because Dassault wants him to intervene and gets the sovereignty clause removed. Circumstantial evidence number 4. The Indian negotiating team had arrived on a figure 5.07 billion euros for 36 aircrafts. Dassault wanted it to be 7.87 billion. Mr. Modi intervenes, increases the price from 5.7 billion to 8.57 billion. Circumstantial evidence number 5. So at every stage you see Mr. Narendra Modi personally going to Paris along with his friend Anil Ambani, personally reducing the number from 126 to 36, personally buying aircraft without a tender, personally intervening to increase the price, personally intervening to remove the no corruption clause, personally intervening, I'm sure, we are all sure here, personally intervening to ensure that the CBI and the ED do not act on the documents that they have. We have been demanding a JPC for the last 4 years. when there is evidence available. Your CBI and ED is busy attacking Mr. D.K. Shivkumar and all other tigers of Congress who are fighting the BJP. You have no time to investigate corruption. So we reiterate our demand, we need a free, fair, time-bound inquiry. We need a JPC in the matter of Rafale, especially in the light of these new findings that we have now. Your questions, please. If you see the media part expose 1 and 2, you will see that Sushen Gupta was hired by Dassault in the year 2000. Whose government was it? Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee's government. He was being paid by Dassault crores of rupees between 2000 and 2005. Not our government. But sitting here, I will not stand up and say that Atal Bihari Vajpayee's government had indulged into some corruption with Dassault, because there was no deal with Dassault. So if there is no quid pro quo, there is no money trail with Atalji's government and Sushen Gupta, I won't talk about 2000 and 2005. Likewise, under the UPA, was there a deal? There was no deal. So if the deal fructifies in Narendra Modi's era, at every step you see Mr. Narendra Modi's intervention to help Dassault. The documents recovered from Sushen Gupta's premises are dated 2015, Narendra Modi's government. Why are they trying to muddy the waters and talking about UPA? I'll tell you why. There is a reason why I'm saying this. Number one, there was no deal which fructified under the UPA with Dassault. We had floated a tender, they qualified as L1, we were negotiating the price, we brought the price down, we were negotiating transfer of technology, we were forcing them to accept HAL as a partner, as the offset partner. Therefore, it took the time it took. By then, we lost our elections. Augusta Westland, there was one complaint. Dr. Manmohan Singh not only cancelled the deal, also ordered an inquiry. So, if a company is paying a middleman somewhere in France, you can't blame the government of India unless you have evidence to show that the government of India entertained that deal or entertained that middleman, or there are documents recovered from the middleman to show that he had somebody collaborating in the government of India with him, like you have now. You have somebody collaborating with him because he can't have those documents of Mr. Arun Jaitley's department with him. Therefore, you have no proof. This government has not been able to give any evidence. Now tell me, if we are guilty, why are we the ones asking for an inquiry, and why is the government running away from the inquiry? It suits them, no? To prove that we are guilty. On the contrary, we have been asking them to order a JPC. And Mr. Narendra Modi is running away scared of a JPC. Why? He should have no fear. We should be the ones afraid. Do you see anybody on this dais afraid of an inquiry? We are asking for an inquiry. Have you ever seen that you are blaming me for something and I have been asking for an inquiry and you are not ordering an inquiry? So who is guilty here? The fact of the matter is that all the documents recovered from him on the matter of Rafale are dated 2015 onwards. And the fact of the matter is these are highly sensitive, confidential documents which no civilian should have access to. How can a middleman have access to correspondence between Defense Minister of India and a company in France, or the Indian negotiating team? And by the way, all this is on file in public domain, that the Indian negotiating team had requested the Defense Minister to tell the PMO not to intervene in negotiations, because that undermines the position of the Indian negotiating team. So the fact that the Prime Minister kept intervening is fact number one. Fact number two is that Sushen Gupta was possessing documents which he had no business to possess. Fact number three is that all those documents suggest that Sushen Gupta helped Dassault in raising the price from 5.8 billion to 7.87 billion. Fact number four is that the Prime Minister intervened and increased the price. I don't think he backtracked. He only reinforced what all of us have been saying. It's not just the Constitution of India which is under threat under this government. It is also the rich Hindu heritage, the rich Hindu values, the civilizational values which are under threat by the RSS. We need to protect our civilizational values just as we need to protect our constitution. Where is the contradiction? All those people who have been framed, the innocents who have been framed, everyone knows who are the innocents. This government has access to every information. The fact the government doesn't use that information is for them to answer. People know who are the troublemakers, people know who are innocent farmers being framed. So all the innocent farmers being framed by this government we'll stand by them. Just as we stood by the students when this government came and cracked down on people like Rohit Vemula. Of course we'll stand by the victims of this government's high-handedness. I haven't seen that statement of his. We were in government in Delhi. I was in part of the government in Delhi. So we all know what happened in Batla House, and we lost one of our brave police officers in that encounter. Mrs. Sheila Dikshit was the Chief Minister. We went to that police officer's house. So I wouldn't like to comment on what Mr. Khurshid said because I haven't heard his statement. Fact of the matter is that there were terrorists who got killed, and we went and stood by the police officer, Mr. Sharma, who lost his life, and he was martyred in that encounter. Let's try and focus on this. It's much better. I'd prefer if you ask me on Rafale, because we worked so hard on Rafale. Well, Delhi government and centre have been trying to pass the buck on each other. We've been part of the government both in the centre and in Delhi. We'd never heard of crop burning as an issue then. Suddenly, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, when he wants votes from Punjab, talks about firecrackers. When he wants votes from Delhi, talks about against Punjab farmers burning the crops. So, I'm glad the Honorable Supreme Court has intervened, and I hope something is done by both. If they really want to solve a problem, of course they can solve a problem. When we were in power in Delhi, we solved the problem of pollution by removing diesel and petrol vehicles, public transport, and bringing in CNG, by removing the industries from residential areas. So, Mrs. Dikshit took some steps which solved the problem of pollution. Suddenly, in the last 6-7 years, we see this government is unable to solve any problem. Tell me, when the BJP was raising Bofors, were they acting against national interests? Though they were not able to prove anything on Bofors. The court gave a clean sheet, and we lost some good years. Bofors has protected the borders of this country like no other weapon has. But did we turn around and say that the BJP is acting against national interests? No, we didn't. So this is an argument of a loser. When they know they have lost all other arguments, they will talk about national security. They have undermined national security by reducing 126 aircrafts to 36. Who's acted against national security? BJP. They have acted against national security by not acting against a middleman who had access to highly sensitive defense documents. So who acted against national security? How dare they ask these questions to us?
ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳಿಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಧ್ವನಿ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಬೆಲ್ ಐಕಾನ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ.